Yeah, that's it.
That one for Iron Man, calling him a pinhead. Yeah, I mean, that's just, I just almost want to kill myself right there, you know? These infected mainstream.
Well,
The
thing is, Craig, right, that I don't know if you've seen this, right, but if you search it on YouTube, it's called, I forget what it's called, O'Reilly JFK Conspiracy Theorist or something, right? And actually, O'Reilly was a JFK conspiracy theorist. There's a video of like a short documentary he did from back in the 90s where he actually does a pretty good job of exposing the lies about JFK and what actually, what he has become, with the other news personalities, I often wonder whether they know that what they're reading is a load of bullshit or not. You know what I mean? Whether they just read it thinking that's what people actually need to know or not. But with O'Reilly, it's definitely clear that he's knowingly deceiving people because, he did the report on JFK and everything. But now he says that the conspiracy theorists are nuts and you can't question, 9/11 and all this. And he's clearly fully aware of what he's doing, but he's paid millions of dollars a year. So what the hell, what price is your soul?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, have you seen on his website? It says tonight on the O'Reilly Factor, Greece spiraled out of control because of socialism. Is there a message here for America? Oh, you know. I mean, what's your opinion on the situation in Greece?
In Greece? It's what's coming here, Craig. Not long from now. It's the
O'Reilly's blaming it on socialism.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those Greek
Social...
people won't take the cut of those public services, Craig, to pay the bankers.
Exactly. That's Leninist. God.
Yeah, those socialists, Craig, who don't want to bail out the banks.
Honestly. Yeah, I mean, the situation in Greece is pretty bad. But they just want, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do.
The good thing about Greece is, Craig, is they know who their enemies are. If you look, there's graffitis, there's like IMF, get out. They know that what's being done to them is what the IMF has done to the third world for decades. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate to admit this, but like when I first looked at Alex Jones's material and his, what he's saying, his opinions, I just thought, you crazy loon, you nut, you conspiracy theorist, the standard reaction.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that, and then I looked at the evidence, and I was gobsmacked. He woke me up. He really did, because World Banks and the IMF have been extorting, breaking the kneecaps of Africa.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For years, for decades, and I don't know how they get away with it.
Well, people think that they're helping, don't they? They think when the IMF makes a generous loan to Africa, and then when the country can't pay it back, they default, of course. Well, never mind. It's only a few black people in Africa. Who cares, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Hotel Rwanda.
I've not seen it, but yeah.
I recommend it. But there's a quote in that. I mean, what the UN guys basically explaining to he's been told that he's got to pull out and basically leave a hotel full of Rwandan, I think the Tutsis, to die. Basically, they'll get slaughtered and killed by the other tribe. And he says to the main character, you're not even a nigger. You're an I hit you that word, but that's what I'm saying. They're not even human.
No, that's true.
In the eyes of world, government.
Yeah.
They seem expendable, not even assets. And that's how their mind works. Is everything's seen assets worth. How much money can I get from these people? What are they worth to me? Are they worth protecting? No.
Exactly. They have no empathy, Craig. They don't understand, you know. But I mean, the thing about the third world is, right, and that people say, you know, oh, they can't govern themselves and all this. I don't think that's completely true. I think sometimes it's partially true sometimes because of like the drugs and the corruption that is rife, right?
Oh,
but
yeah.
but also surely part of the problem is that we are paying them to use their fields to grow coffee and chocolate for us, and then the people in the local country cost can't afford that, they starve.
Yeah, and we're using it to go biofuels, which, you know, could be perfectly good food for the people in their nations, but they say, no, you can't eat. We'll use it to drive around, and, you know.
Exactly.
It smacks of injustice, and, you know, it's just, but...
Henry Kissinger, Craig, he said,
oh, God.
he said, with oil, by controlling oil we can control continents, but by controlling food we can control people.
Yeah.
And food is
a
a weapon.
Yeah. I mean, what I was going to say is, if you look at a map of Africa, it's not a continent at least not divided up as a continent in the traditional sense. It has straight lines.
Yeah.
Dividing the nations. And those were created by, you know, Europeans, by, I think, IMF, not IMF, you know, bankers, world bankers, monetarists, people who, you know, divided up according to what it was worth.
Colonel Rhodes, Craig.
Yeah.
Is it Colonel Rhodes? I think it is. Or was it
Yeah. I mean, Africa was just divided up. It was just split into straight lines. And that creates conflict, because if you don't, I mean, when they did that, when you had the meeting to divide it up between the nations and the continents,
yeah,
not one African was present. And, you know, if you draw a line through you know, an area and call, you know, have no basis for a country other than monetarism or other than, you know,
yeah,
what it's worth to not the people living there, then you get conflict, and that's what's happened, you know. And then we have the cheek and the people have the perception that they can't govern themselves. It's not that; it's that, you know, the conflict's being foisted upon them. So.
Well, I think part of it is kind of the reason why, for example, you know, South Africa. I mean, that was a disaster. You know, the way that's gone. It's just become the way it was before the end of apartheid, just with the government being black instead of white, where it doesn't really make much difference. But the thing that they would say is, you know, they can't govern themselves. I think some of it's to do with leftovers from the colonial era. You know, you've got to remember that the colonialists went into those places and completely obliterated what was there. Everything, even all I mean, just everything about the culture and everything, because it was deemed, you know, it was the missionaries deemed it to be anti-Christian and all this, so we got to get rid of it. They've had pretty much everything taken from them, and then we're saying, oh, you can't govern yourself. You know, I mean, at least, I mean, the only solution to the third world, Craig, and it's not going to happen, is to leave it alone, and that ain't going to happen.
No.
There's too much at stake. I mean, imagine if we start having Africa gets industrialized and starts to compete with Europe and America. Can't have that.
No. It's in the interest of, you know,
the price of coffee, Craig, would go through the roof.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and it's the interpretations of these problems which led to so much conflict on our own.
Yeah.
You know? The communists interpreted that as, oh, look, it's the capitalist, you know, agenda to go and exploit people and these things, you know, and it's the capitalists who are just expanding their market, you know, trying to, you know, they don't care about people, you know, and then obviously that resonated with a lot of people, and they gained power in area of Europe, and then, you know, it's one big thing.